Hey, it's Denise, the Quality of Colors, and today we're here with
Josh Caballes.
here to talk about his upcoming single,
Face.
Nice. All right, and if you want to see any additional content, go check us out on qualitycolors.com. It's fine. We'll roll with it. We're not perfect here.
Segues. I mean, like this week has just been getting everything together, visual-wise. So I've been working with a local videographer, CJ Banks. Like I really tapped in. I really wanted to like just kind of fulfill all my R&B dreams.
What were those?
This week.
What does that entail?
Just like that, too, you know, like those just the R&B, like especially like the 90s, early 2000s, like they were honestly kind of like extra, you know what I'm saying? Like really, you know, they wearing, you know what I'm saying? Like the outfits were
like
very
dramatic
open shirts and like, you know, like really into it. And so I feel like a lot of like videos that I watch now or visuals, it's just like a lot of artists like having fun or just trying to, you know, just being cool, you know. But like I really try to be like in this project, I really try to play like a character.
Did you have that character in mind before you had before you had shot the music video, or was it something you already felt while even say writing this record?
So I will say that there is a story behind this release, and pretty much I'll just say that it is a cult leader love story.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's all I'll say.
Good. No, I mean
I could explain it. Well, at least like my mindset going into this project visually is that if I'm gonna go in, if we're gonna have all the shit, we're gonna have the cameras, it's all high quality. We're gonna have CJ Banks, super good brain, eye for film. We're gonna have, you know, all these people come together saying might as well make it good, you know what I mean? And so like one thing that I talked to him about, what we discussed is like having characters. I really wanted to work with him as far as building my characters. Like I wanted to be whatever the visual needed that person. This is the first project where like it was kind of like I was able to not necessarily be like Josh Caballes on the video. Like, is he the hero? Is he the, you know, antagonist? Where is he coming from? Why is he in this place? And I was actually thinking about this today. I think like the project has been a very mentally challenged. Is that right?
Challenging.
Yeah. A challenging step for me, which I needed to do. I think I was getting a little complacent with the way I was approaching music and releasing it. I think I've just been so emotionally involved with like my projects and music, but this time I'm really looking at it like more logically. Like, what does my next release need to look like? Like, what does this next release need from me?
Like to pay honor towards it.
Yeah, like and that word is perfect. Like that's what I told Banks because he came so prepared, and I told him this, like, bro, I want to honor your idea, and I want to make sure that like, you know, day of, bro, like I'm gonna be in character, like, you know, like I'm just gonna really try to be whoever you need for this film.
How it all sounds like as a whole, I feel like it's very neutral. Like it doesn't just sound like a sad boy song kind of thing. No, like why do you think that this story was important for you to tell, to bring visuals to it? You know, because you've had a couple of singles, like
and it's not really like a single type. I just loved it. Like I love the song. I think vocally, it's very, it's gonna have people. It's a change of pace. It's a little different for me as far as what people are used to. I'm so proud of the song, you know, like, so I just wanted it to be, I don't know if it's like a single base for my audience, but I just think it's something that out of like the songs that I've been working on, it's just something that I want to showcase. Like, I don't know if I don't really care if it's good to other people or like if it's the most hit, whatever. I think it's just something that I just wanted to showcase, and like, you know, I'm just following that feeling, you know, like
it's like a soul thing.
Yeah, it's a soul thing. And there's a lot of soul going into this project and a lot of like a different me, which is so crazy. Like you know, I did the song, I recorded it such a long time ago, almost a year and a half maybe. Imagine going back into it, and now you gotta like unlock different things, and like it's kind of slowly taking over my whole life. So tonight was my first time performing live. So ever. A lot of those emotions tonight were probably really raw just because I haven't like felt that song in this type of environment. But I think there's just something about like putting it out there, like saying things that are just really straight to the point, real, you know, like I say a lot of those
in
things
that moment
in the song, you know, that are just kind of like, wow, like that was real emotion.
Especially in this live performance, there was this one part, and Seth was just saying, he said he was gonna hit the note, and then he hit it. And like, I remember that moment too, because I was like a little bit closer, and you just really let it out, and it's like, you can't deny it, and it just hits you, and you're like, oh, damn.
Wow, that's
art.
Thank you.
Yeah, and like everyone was just quiet and was just like, all right, let's just have a moment of silence for that.
Well, yeah, and I appreciate that a lot. Really, thank you, because I'm not gonna say it's difficult, but when you can sing, you know, you can be deemed as like the holiest guy in the room or something. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Like, it's not normal to have lights on you and cameras and a whole team, and the attention is just on you for your art, which is a very, very vulnerable thing to share.
Because when you're in the moment and you're doing it and you're performing, it's like you're in it, and like there's a lot of you that wants to break out of character all the time. Things that like you just naturally want to laugh at, like you laugh at a defense mechanisms. I really feel that you kind of understood that, like the art form of it, at least for me, and how I want to express it, because I struggle with like a lot of this is like steps. Like I'm very natural when it comes to this, you know, genre and the way that it sounds. But as far as like performing, like it's crazy. Like I'm still kind of like, it's still a growing process for me, and how I want to like approach this and like appear.
Yeah. This song is, so I've heard the demo before. And so hearing that at that place when it was like, I believe it was quarantine, right? Connecting to it at that time, it sounded like longing, but a desperation. And it's interesting to hear it now with it mixed and mastered, that it actually sounds like a yearning, yet rather than desperation, and acceptance. And you can really hear that parallel with Straps was the producer, right?
Oh yeah, Straps.
Yeah, and just the way that he compliments with like how you deliver certain things. You know, the part where you're singing like, I don't want to sing it, but like, everything I do, baby, is for you. You could have been super dramatic, super 90s, and like just like really unleash that desperation. But what it sounded like was like, I'm not gonna just give it all, but I said what I said, and it allows space for acceptance. That's not really a question.
No, but well, I have some thoughts like moving forward, especially going into 2021. I think it's more so about empathy. It's like in the moment, I felt those things so much. Like it was like my story, you know? And just feeling those emotions for what they are in that moment, you know, like there's a lot of desperation there. And then when I listen to it back more, or when I like kind of sit on it, you know, I start to realize how a lot of like what this song is about is, a lot of it is kind of like dealing how I hashed through things of what I've gone through like relationship wise in the past. And it's not necessarily like with women, like it's even, you know, it's even, you can even base it off from how I was raised. That desperation there that you probably feel is probably what I believe is just a part of what I needed the whole time throughout my whole life. But I just wasn't provided that. So when a person leaves, then like that can just feel like the end of the world for me, because like I had someone that was, you know,
triggered
everything, what I thought was everything for me, or it was supposed to be, or what I think is supposed to be. But, you know, really like, you can't put that on another person. Our parents aren't perfect. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those things expressed through our romantic relationships, or, you know, how we deal with that. So I'm not trying to say like, I'm not trying to expose anyone or anything, but it's just like, you know, I think there is, when I listen to the song and when I sing it now, there's something healing about it as well too. It's just kind of like coming to a realization that like, that I have this like really strong need, and that like, I think it's important to like go through the emotions. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really like putting it all out there for what it is in that moment, because feelings always change.
Any final words on Face that you feel like you want people to internalize?
I would say maybe, you know, the message is just, you know, face. It's not about like, I know it says like, I want to see your face, but it's not. It's also face, like there's things that we have to face within ourselves.
Right.
And so, and sometimes it's not just like always like being mindful or like positive thinking. It's just more so under like facing the things that are actually real.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year. Let's get it. Bye. Quality of Colors.
Happy
Denise
New Year.
out. Yeah, Happy New Year.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Okay.